Hi, this is Linz from Sweet Natured, and this is our Cunard's Queen Elizabeth full ship tour with commentary. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello, who put the video together, and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
Queen Elizabeth full ship tour, Linz.
This is a big one, so be prepared.
It is. We would advise, if you're not prepared for this one, do pause it.
Grab yourself a drink.
Maybe some snacks. Like you get on Cunard, some little nuts and some crisps.
Yes, yeah.
That'd be good. And then come back.
Yeah.
So I'll just give you a few seconds. Okay, we're assuming you paused it and you've got a drink now.
Cheers.
Cheers, Linz.
Cheers, you.
Cheers, everyone. We're starting off right at the top of the ship, where you've got the sports area. Traditional English sports.
Croquet
and lawn tennis.
Wow. This is not going to be on the new ship, I'm sure.
You don't think, do you? I know you said that on the review.
No, but it's lovely. But as you can see, it's I feel it's a fair weather area.
It is, as you can tell from as we're walking around this.
There's nobody there.
I filmed this in the rain.
Nobody.
No, there's nobody there. And to be honest, I never saw anybody here.
No,
on the cruise.
This is why I think it's any other ship. This is prime real estate.
But if you look at sort of other ships of this size, so if you take,
and this
for instance,
group,
yeah, you look at like Regal Princess or the celebrity ones, this sort of space right at this sort of
or P&O,
they've got them turned into sanctuaries or retreats or havens.
Well, that's for even because of course celebrities are part of the Royal Caribbean group, but for the Carnival group, this is prime real estate. And I wonder if it's just a heritage thing that they feel they needed to have.
I think it is. It'll be really interesting to see when Queen Anne
Can't wait.
I know, not long.
No.
Well, that comes on sale very shortly at the time
May
of recording.
22.
Yeah, so about a month from the point that we're recording this. There's only little bits of details that's come out about that so far.
But,
I wouldn't be surprised if it's still there. I think it is tradition.
We'll see. I'll admit if I'm wrong.
I do. Just a quick plug. If you've not subscribed, please do so. It really does help us out.
Thank you. And if you already have.
If you have, a massive
and
thank you.
if you just pressed it now, thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers to you.
Yeah, cheers if you do.
You've made a great decision.
We hope.
Chess!
But yeah, it will be interesting to see how they sort of tweak that. I mean, we never used it any time we were there. We never saw anyone else using it.
But again, I feel it's a fair weather thing.
It was. Having said that, we didn't see that many people use the pool either when we were on there, and I'm sure that's much busier than normal. Yes. In sunnier climes. And it was warm, but again, a bit wet. It was. I have to say, this was at the time that we recorded this. Well, not just at the time of the recording, when we did it. It was our first ever Cunard cruise.
It will not be our last. We loved it. We thought we were going to feel a little bit fish out of water.
Yeah.
A bit stuffy.
I think that was more my concern. Having, you go back nearly 20 years ago when we first started cruising, and we started on Royal Caribbean.
This would not have been on our list.
No, it was nowhere near
my list. In fact, we both shuddered at the thought.
Well, it's only because we've watched other cruise vloggers sort of go on it fairly recently.
It's almost like a secret.
I don't know if it's a secret.
That if you know, you know.
I'm not sure that Cunard's a secret.
No, it's not that it's a...
You mean that it's not as stuffy as you think it is?
No, I think, and they like people to feel that way about it.
That you think that Cunard as a line wants people to think it's stuffy, and therefore when they get on it's not, and they're surprised. That'd be a weird marketing.
No, I just feel that it's like, no, it's lovely, but we don't want you to know it's lovely unless you know.
We don't want it to become
it's like a secret bar.
Too many people to come on.
Exactly. It's almost like, just because the drinks package is great.
It is.
And we love this bar we're going into the Commodore Club here.
Commodore Lounge or the Yacht Club. I can't remember which. I think we're going into Commodore first.
And this is a great. I see again. It's amazing. The drinks are great. The majority are covered by the drinks package. The nibbles are great that you get for sundown with the hors d'oeuvres. We can't wait to go back on.
No, we can't. It really did surprise us that I don't want to keep using the term stuffy, but in my head, that's what it was going to
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
I thought I'd have to be dressed up all the time.
You're not. There's a couple of nights that you do full of gala nights.
Yeah, but the gala nights like you get on other cruise ships.
Yeah.
It's not that you have to wear a jacket and tie
It basically
to
means
dinner every night.
none
of that.
You can't go in shorts and tracksuit bottoms. It's not super cash.
You mean to dinner?
Yeah.
No, but if you want to go into the Lido, their buffet, at lunch in shorts and a t-shirt, you can
that's
do.
fine.
That's fine. But even in my head, before we went on this...
Did you think you'd have to wear like a polo shirt and trousers for everything?
Yeah, I thought that would be like a minimum requirement.
No. No. I mean, we did see people boarding in a suit with a briefcase. We did see it and we were like, oh. But the majority of people, smart casual, you just go for a nice luncheon, really.
No, I mean, one of the first people we saw when we were on embarkation was fully suited with briefcase. And my mind immediately went to, oh my gosh.
What have I done?
Yeah.
Am I going to... Yeah, but no, it was lovely.
And it wasn't.
Can I just talk about the restrooms / loos?
You can if you want to do. You have a thing about restrooms and loos.
There's plenty on this ship.
Is that what you wanted to talk about?
There's plenty, and they're in appropriate places. You don't have to go wandering off for hours.
They're easy to find.
They're easy to find. On some of the big ships, they sort of have loos in a loo area, and quite a few restaurants will use them. And you can be gone for quite a while, especially if there's a queue. Not on Cunard. Not on Cunard. They're in great locations. They're easy to find. The signage is great.
I was going to say, I think signage is one of the big things. At the time we were recording this, it's not that long since we came off Virgin's new Valiant Lady.
The loos are hidden.
We love Virgin cruise lines.
But the loos are not good.
There's no signposting for them. You
They've
have to be almost on top of them before you see them.
One loo for when you come out of the theatre. Not on Cunard.
And when you say one loo, you don't just mean one toilet area, do you?
Not like one ladies' loo.
Yeah, there's just one actual... Stall.
Anyway, now we're in the yacht club. This is where they did karaoke.
It is. The yacht club.
Sorry, I know I'm obsessed with loos, but you need them when you're on a ship.
You're
drinking.
Well, when you're drinking.
Any human, you need them.
The yacht club, going back to that, what you said, used for lots of things. In particular, a lot of time in the evening, which again, my preconceptions weren't they would have this. It turns into a karaoke lounge, and it was packed.
It was packed and hilarious.
It was, but we could never get a seat in there.
No, it was so busy. You really must have to set your stall out.
Yeah, way
doors,
early.
Yeah.
Because people seem to be like, we're getting our table, we're staying here for the karaoke for the next couple of hours, and that's it, we're going nowhere.
Again, the majority of the drinks were covered by the drinks package. Yeah. There was a wide selection. It was lovely, great atmosphere, not stuffy at all. And yeah, I mean, I honestly can't wait to get back on Cunard. I know we look at other ships, we're not tied to one, but now we've discovered it.
Now we've experienced it.
Yeah.
You see, I would like to do Queen Mary. I've heard a lot of people talk
Transatlantic.
about that. Because that being the last of the traditional ocean liners. Yeah, and again, we've watched other cruise vloggers.
Smoking area for those who participate.
Yeah, we watched Emma Cruises recently, and where she went on Queen Mary for the first time, and I found it fascinating.
And Paul and Carol, they loved it as well. They were
watching Paul and Carol.
They were our enablers.
They were. I like to refer it as the canary in the mine. We let them go on it and told us that they want that stuff in them. Like, all right, we'll book it. So thank you to Paul and Carol.
Cheers, Paul and Carol.
I'm
very chinky today.
You are very sort of chinky clanky with your glasses today, aren't you? And we've only had this one glass of wine.
And even more so, look at this.
Is that you
clanking
the bottle?
This is a long video. I've come prepared. Yeah.
You can tell it's a long video that we're doing when we actually bring top-ups for the drink.
I've brought no nipples though, because I thought that would be too much.
What, sat here talking and eating peanuts?
You know what?
Maybe for the next long sort of ship tour one, we'll bring nibbles as well.
But today we're drinking a Sauvignon Blanc.
We are. Not an expensive one.
Not an expensive one. It was on offer.
£5 from Tesco's.
It was on offer.
But it's a nice one.
It is a nice one. It's really easy to drink. Anyway, I digress.
Back out onto the deck.
As you can see,
it's still raining.
It's still raining, but it's got that traditional feel with the wood paneling.
I mean, you look at the benches there
benches.
that are sort of all embossed with Queen Elizabeth on there, and it's exactly what I imagined. Engraved? Embossed?
Engraved in, embossed out.
Okay, engraved, yeah. Thank you for that correction. You now know the difference between embossing and engraving, if you didn't already. So up on the top, they've got a couple of... I expect these have gone in more recently on cruise lines as opposed to traditional ones.
Was that golf?
That was a golf driving range.
Okay.
Then you've got some deck games there, but again, we never saw anyone playing them. But then a little bit further down on the left, there's sort of a kids club area that can be best described as a jail slash zoo. You'll see what I mean in a minute.
Well, let's see. But I guess
we never saw any children on there when we won. No, I'm lying. We saw 2 children, but they were sort of early teens.
Yeah.
Right, with the parents. It's not really, I don't think, a young family cruise.
We know people that have gone on it with children.
They do, but
Here we go. We've got to your...
Look, it's the child zoo. Or the child
You know what?
jail.
Kids will love that. They won't care.
They will, but it did... Again, because there were no young kids on there, there were no names, but it just seems cruel.
No, I think kids love that sort of thing. I mean, look, hello, if there was a child there, but, there's not. But it's not, like you say, it's not that kind of ship.
It's not.
It's not a Royal Caribbean ship.
Cruising, I wouldn't have wanted to go on here as a family.
No.
But I think that sort of when the children are a little bit older, early teens, late teens, early 20s, if they're coming along with, they're going to love it.
Yeah, it's one of those ships that if they start with you on a Royal Caribbean, like a super family carnival ship.
Royal Caribbean, Carnival, NCL.
Years later, when they want to come on holiday with you again.
At that point, they don't want all the children's areas, they want bars.
They want the drinks.
Not that we're speaking from experience there at all.
Sorry, I lost my place. Where are we now?
We're coming round to the aft of the ship, where we've got another couple of pools.
Yeah, and those ladies there, they had like just casual gear on, as you can see, every day what you'd wear on any other cruise ship. They weren't in heels, they weren't in fancy trousers, they were in your casual, going for a walk around the top deck, no parasol, no hat. No Contessa cosplay, as I call it.
No, everyone's just dressed how they want to dress. Yeah. Like I say, it's in an evening where it changes a little bit.
Yeah.
So, back of the ship, I'm going to come back on to dress in a minute, but just given that we're sort of the back of the ship.
Look at those lights, aren't they cute? I'm sorry.
You like the lights?
It has a feeling.
It very much feels like, if you're watching Titanic.
Oh, for God's sake. You can't say the T word.
I've said it. It has that same look and feel to certain parts of the fittings.
It has a heritage about it.
Yeah, the heritage of Cunard is...
It's not that... I'm choosing. No, I'm not doing it. We're not talking about it. But you can see
where it comes from.
There was no planes. This is how you got places. And they've taken essence of that.
Okay. I would like to say that when we get down to the shops, there is a necklace that's very similar to one that a certain Kate Winslet wore in a certain film about a boat, but that may or may not be related to this cruise line. Moving on.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I think this is a lovely spot at the rear.
Now, this pool is not massive. I know they go on about pools on ships. It's not massive at all. It's a dippy pool. It's a few strokes in your done length.
It is a few strokes in your done length.
Oh.
No. no chinking to try and get out of it.
I'm chinking the bottle.
But I think it's a lovely area at the back here.
Yes.
I can imagine when it is nicer than this. I did walk down here one day when it was a little bit warmer.
There's some nice hot tubs.
It were really sort of not overly crowded. I think more people still gather around that central pool, even though it's not a big area.
Yeah.
Because it's in close proximity to the garden lounge. You've got other stuff going on around it. You've got the sports area upstairs. So that seems to be more that central hub when it's warm.
But as you can see, there's lots of seating here, lovely views. I mean...
There's loads of seating at the back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely.
I really do like this space. I know that they've got similar tiered space on, such as Queen Mary.
Yeah.
So it's not quite the same.
And even
as
on P&O ships as well, they have this similar kind of deal
on
going
Ventura, it had that tiered bit at the
Whereas
back.
the
Didn't it?
Royal Caribbean, it's like we're going to put things at the back. You're going to have
It's
rooms
an entertainment. Yeah, on the big ships you got like the aqua theatre and stuff. But I do like this space at the back that gets sort of used like that.
And there's some shade in there as well. If you like me and you like a bit of shade. But yeah, I can't get over how much we like Cunard.
No.
Because we didn't know we would.
No, we really didn't. And if you are watching this and you're not sure whether you do, I would say go look at our other videos, obviously, to try and plug them. But the review, we go into it a lot more on the full ship review, full cruise review. But there's the food review. I'll put the links in the description below, and you take a look at them. But if you are in any doubt, which we were, until we watched other people, then I would say, just do it. Give it a chance, because I suspect, like us, you're going to love it. You might not. There's no money back guarantee on this.
I mean, are you going to need some fancy frocks? Yes, you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you occasionally going to have to wear a tie or a bow tie, which I personally hate?
Yes, you do.
Yes, you are. But it's occasional.
It was occasional for you on the first night on the gala dinner.
Yeah, but that's because it were really rough seas.
Yeah.
And not just me.
No.
About 2/3 of the...
I don't know how I get through that. I don't know. But we're now in their buffet.
We are. We're in the Lido restaurant.
And look, they've got proper crockery.
I think it's Lido, isn't it?
Let's say that.
I'm fairly sure it is.
Oh.
Let's just assume. Now, whilst it's a buffet, at the time that it was on here, they were still serving you. So it looks like you can go help yourself.
But you
and
can't.
I went to go help myself, and they went, no. Politely.
Yes.
And then sort of dived
Not
to stop
like
me
when I was
grabbing
taking
a
the
piece
things
sushi.
out of the Verandah restaurant, and that's a different story. We'll cover that. But yeah, they were very helpful. You didn't have to really wait, did you? There was always a table.
No.
Again, proper crockery, not your plastic camper kind of.
No, but that seems to be sort of pretty much becoming the norm now. The vast majority of cruise ships seem to have got sort of proper crockery back. There's a few that haven't, but most...
Not in the buffet.
You don't think?
No.
Well, most of the cruise ships we've been on.
No, our Royal Caribbean has.
We haven't been on Royal for a little while.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're still.
Let us know in the comments below.
Tell us.
Which cruise ships have you been on that they don't have proper crockery
In
and
the
cutlery in the buffet anymore?
Oh no, they have cutlery. It's the crockery.
So you're on about
Like
plastic
the
plates.
plastic,
You're on
yeah.
about proper plates, porcelain plates,
Pot plates.
pot plates, real plates.
If there's a bit of rough seas and they fall off, they break.
Yeah, but we have seen that.
We have seen that, but
In fact, with that, we were doing
That was
celebrity
Celebrity.
when we did a transatlantic, and it were really rough
but
seas.
we really loved this area. It's really nice. It's not bun fighty, is it, in the morning when you get off?
No, we went in there on a couple of breakfasts, as well as into the Britannia, the main restaurant, and compared to a lot of buffets, first thing in the morning.
Again, a loo. Look, you've got a usable, not a have to leavable loo.
They can be a bit crazy first thing in the morning. But
I
that were
liked.
fine.
I've got to say, sorry to interrupt. I've got to say this was my favourite space on the ship.
This is the garden lounge.
Yes.
We loved it in here. I mean, mainly because you had entertainment. You got a little stage at the side, Roaring 20s cocktails on the two gala nights. They
Themed
did
nights,
speciality ones. Interestingly, though, they were priced above what you could get on the drinks package. You did have to buy them
That's
separately.
true. That's
Which,
true.
I thought were a bit.
But we
sort of
didn't do
cheeky.
that. They but we loved it in here. They had the quizzes in here.
Well, this
they
is
had
where the trivia
bingo.
stuff is. Yeah, absolutely. But in an evening, you've
We
got
had this
live
own
music
little
all the time.
table that we got,
We did, and
and the
like with most of the sort of cruise ships that we've been fortunate to be on, the staff are fantastic, and they get to know what you like very, very quickly.
to drink.
Like by the second time you go back,
Yeah.
they've already remembered your room number, even though you've only been in there once.
Yeah. So we didn't really have to show our cards or anything, did we? To
No,
say that
it's
we're on
like,
a
would you
drinks
like
package.
this to start off with, or do you want to try something new? And then they'd make recommendations, and just absolutely fantastic. But it's a really great space. It might not come across it necessarily on video. It might look a little bit sort of more twee
Cold.
or cold, but it's not. It's really, really nice. And we
I
used to
think
sit
in
in
a
that middle
sunny
bit,
day, it's
near where that gentleman stood in the middle there,
Yeah.
at the back.
That's
In
where
fact,
we
he's
sat.
just getting
We
our
had a-
table ready.
we had a little two so that we could, for the trivia, we were sat front and centre.
Oh, you seen who I see?
Is that me?
That's you. I think you'd been around sort of taking some pictures at that point while I were doing the tour, so that we could get it done double time, so we could go back to the garden lounge and have cocktails.
No, it wasn't, because we had the afternoon tea.
Oh,
on
we
this
did have
day.
afternoon tea that day, yes.
Yeah, so again, this is the...
Main pool deck.
Again, it's lovely. I just...
Lots of sheltered areas. Because it's not a big pool space.
No.
Again, like you said earlier, a lot of people go on about the size of pools on different ships. It's not a big pool.
No, it's not.
At all.
You
And
can
the
do more...
and the deck area itself isn't that big compared to
Other cruises.
other cruise ships. I mean, if you look at the number of chairs around, you can see you're not going to get more than a couple of hundred people sat out here.
I like it, though.
But it's nice. In fact, I don't think you get anywhere near a couple of hundred sat out on this deck.
But again, it feels lovely. It feels relaxing. Again, you've now pointed out that netting is to keep people out, not the water in.
Yeah, because it does a very poor job of keeping water in.
But they weren't always open, those hot tubs, were they? Because
I did like this little mural at the back showing you sort of what the original decks were looking like when they first started. Sort of.
now they were working on this bar, weren't they? When
They were never open.
Well, I'm
The
sure it
pavilion
might
bar.
be now. It might be
I'm
now.
fairly sure as we're getting up to summer season,
Yeah.
it's probably done. Table tennis. I've never seen as many people playing table
Somebody
tennis.
brought their own bat.
Not somebody.
There was a few
Lots of people brought their
their
own. I think yeah, it's bat, isn't it? Not a racket.
It's a bat.
It's a bat. But they took it like properly seriously. I was watching this one couple, and I would say they were in the early 70s. They looked like they were training for Olympics. They were absolutely phenomenal.
Okay, so we're heading towards the spa now.
We are. And if you're in the spa bit, you can watch tennis from in the pool.
You can.
So the spa's got a couple of different areas. It's got the main spa treatment areas. You go into reception. But then it's got the aquatherapy centre, which we booked in that for the full cruise.
We did.
Which, if I remember right, cost about £120. So about $160-ish.
For the whole cruise.
That for the whole cruise.
Now, we
for
had
both
to
of us.
book a time slot, but we could move it because I feel we made a bit of a rookie mistake in that we booked an early slot because we're like, oh, well, we'll go early doors for early morning when it opens at
And then
8
we can
o'clock.
go have some brunch
And then we
afterwards.
can get breakfast, get changed, do it.
Yeah.
However, of course, when they're messing with ship's time, 8 o'clock
Becomes 7 o'clock.
comes
or 6
7 o'clock. And that's hard.
That doesn't seem as appealing then.
It doesn't. No, you're right. So then we kind of swapped it to an afternoon session.
We did.
For later on in the cruise.
And we'll go into this much more. We've got a full review
Coming
of the
up, haven't we?
aquatherapy centre coming up in
Because
in a
it's
couple of
lovely.
weeks.
It's a lovely spa area.
It is, and it's really nice and relaxing. You've got a pool, you've got heated seats, you've got multiple saunas, multiple steam rooms,
A
heated
proper
beds.
hydrotherapy pool.
A
that
really good
bashes you.
hydrotherapy
Yeah.
pool. And we've done these on quite a few cruise lines, and they can be really hit and miss. I think it was Princess that we didn't enjoy theirs. It
Well,
was
it
quite
wasn't
dated.
open.
No, it wasn't Princess I'm thinking of.
It was Virgin, where they had those tubs that were just like a bath that you
Yeah.
could fit 2 people in. That
And
you should know.
And 3 of them were cold.
Yeah.
You had 4 what looked like hot tubs, but 3 were cold plunge pools and 1 hot tub.
Well,
And
I
as you
wouldn't
said,
even call
you
it.
could only get 2 people
It was like
in
a copper round bath that you had to put your feet in places that you really had to know the person that you were with.
You did. It was quite strange.
But we loved
this
it in
one,
here.
Brilliant.
Loved it.
You'll
Totally
see more
recommend
on
it.
the review as well. So we're down onto deck 3 now, which is part of the main sort of, atrium, shops, restaurant areas. It's the main hangout area if you're not on the top deck.
Public
basically.
spaces.
Public spaces would be the word that would be appropriate there, I guess.
Not staterooms or cabins, but there
No.
was a few. But
Unfortunately, the theatre at the time that I was walking through were practising. So I couldn't
yeah,
get in at that
now there
point.
were very traditional shows in there, weren't they?
They were. I think the theatre shows were the thing that I would say probably needs the biggest overhaul. on there because they were pretty much what I
They
imagined
did.
it were going to be.
Now, because you've got to remember, and I don't want to sound old here, but people that are, I mean, we're not in our 60s or 50s.
I'm in my 50s.
Shh. But, you know, you were a teenager in like the 80s or the 70s, and the music was pretty, or the 60s, and the music was pretty funky. It was pretty, you know, there was a revolution, and they don't reflect that. There was quite classical, wasn't it?
The shows, I think one of the shows was called Top Hat, if I remember right, or something like that.
And it's what Simon Cowell would call very cruise ship. And it's not derogatory to the quality of what you're seeing.
No, the quality of the performance is fantastic. You can't fault the singers, you can't fault the dancers. It's just, it seems a little bit dated.
Out of time.
Out of time is probably a good thing. I would like to see them revamp that a little bit. Some of the speakers...
You don't need ball gowns now. Ladies singing in ball gowns. No. Give that lady a slit.
I think you can do that on one of the nights. Still have that tradition. When you're having the 20s night, have a show that relates to that night.
Yeah, but those flapper dresses are quite saucy. They're not like...
But you could have the show on that night.
Yeah, yeah.
But on other ones, maybe sort of...
You don't have to, you know, you don't have to go totally classical.
No, you don't.
You can have some on there, you know, you don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater, but have it...
No, and I don't think that they should, because part of what Cunard is that tradition. It's those fittings that we've seen around, it's the engraved decks, it's those little bits that add to that tradition that make it different. I don't want it to be Royal Caribbean or NCL, because
no.
I've got Royal Caribbean and NCL for
all
that.
glitzy and titsy, as some of them are, but it's...
But I think it does need to revamp some of its entertainment a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the trivia, fantastic. The Wipeout trivia were brilliant. Some of the stuff they were doing better than the other cruise lines.
That Wipeout trivia, I loved it.
Especially when you win free wine.
It's like the new make before I'd even stepped on.
Your prize for this is wine, as opposed to a pad or a pen. You're like, yeah,
why
we're
not
in.
sign up? I'm such a geek.
Did we win it twice?
Yes, we did. In fact, one of the team came and stood behind us, and they couldn't believe that just us little two were getting the answers that we were getting.
Yeah.
It's because we're really geeky, I'll be told. But, you know, we weren't going to... we're quite sad, really.
No, not sad. We like winning free wine. Even though we had a drinks package and didn't need it. It's beside the point. If there's a bottle of wine up and a quiz, we're there.
Yeah, we love a quiz.
The promenade deck, just to touch on it as we're walking around it now, is a very traditional promenade deck. You can walk all the way around it, which is quite unusual.
And there's a little tunnel.
Days.
We've been through the tunnel already.
I just went through it. But most cruise ships now, you can't.
Can we just talk about those chairs?
I was just going to say, these chairs are amazing.
What are they called, those chairs? They have a...
Lounger chairs?
No, they've got a proper name. It'll come to me.
Bath chairs?
No. I want to say... It's totally lost me. It'll come to me. I'm just going to blurt it out.
Well, if Linzi doesn't blurt it out by the end of the video, and you do know what those type of chairs are called, please do let us know in the comments below, because...
They have a special name.
They may have a special
name. No, they do have a special name.
They're incredibly comfortable.
They're very comfy, and they feel plush, and they're easy to get in and out of.
Yeah. Which a lot of ones these days tend not to be.
What are they called? It's going to kill me.
Don't worry about it. Someone will tell us in the comments below. They're much more knowledgeable viewers than us.
Thank you, if you have. Thank you. Because it's really going to bug me. They're quite expensive as well. You can buy them for your garden, but they're really expensive.
Yeah, I did have to have a look when we came back. And they're at best part of £500 a piece.
Right, just ignore me for a minute while I just...
Well, let's talk about other things, because I'm sure people...
I can't believe I just said I'm really good at trivia and I don't know the name of a chair.
If you do want to see the layout, obviously just pause it on that that's just gone past. You can rewind it and have a look.
Where are we now?
We're in the main atrium where you've got the shops and the aforementioned, shortly,
super necklace.
Type necklace.
Yeah, that was very pricey.
Well, we don't actually know. We assumed it to be very pricey.
It was pricey.
We did want to ask. There were no way we were going to buy it. But you just... I mean, let us know. If you see something on a ship that's like that, do you go ask the price or do you just try and guess it? We tried and guessed it. But I do really want to know. I still reckon it were over $25,000. At least.
It was pricey. Now, is the casino below us?
Casino's directly below us. On this particular night, because it was the 20s gala night, they themed the shops up different.
Yeah, they did. They had the feather boas and,
They did.
and the little flapper outfits on.
Yeah, and people were buying them and got really into the theming of the night.
Yeah.
Which you did as well.
I did. I mean...
It was good fun.
I didn't go mad with my dress. I got it in the sale.
You did get it in the sale. I liked the 20s night.
Will I wear it again? Yes, on one of these cruises.
Can I finish my comment now about my 20s night?
Sorry.
Do you want to tell any more about your dress?
No.
You
I'm just saying you can get your money's worth.
You can. I really enjoyed the 20s night, which is one of the formal nights. The black and white night, I didn't enjoy as much, but I think in hindsight, that's because I was really seasick.
You were not even with it on the black and white night.
But the 20s night, I thought was good fun. Everyone in the ship.
We had our picture taken at the bottom of these stairs, and it's lovely.
It is. We actually paid for a picture from the onboard picture people, which we very rarely do because they are. I'm speaking generally, but they are pretty expensive.
I think it's because we know it costs about 30 pence to produce the picture.
It is. You're taking a digital picture and then you charge you $17 for one picture.
And we know how much the markup is. I think that's what it is.
It is. But it was such a great picture that we're like, all right, you've won.
And we had fun doing it as well.
We did.
I mean, we've seen people queuing to every backdrop, haven't we, before now?
Yeah, we did. We only we wanted that one there at the bottom of the casino steps.
With the clock.
With the big clock. It's kind of one of the iconic picture slots that you can get on there. Or picture spots, not slots.
I know what you mean.
Quite a lot of modern shops on here as well. I was quite surprised.
Pricey, though.
They were very pricey. But, you know, you're getting stuff like sort of...
I know you meant to they're meant to be like duty free, but they didn't
It never seems that cheap.
And I know people like to go and treat themselves as part of the experience, and whether it's jewellery or, something fancy, but I can't do it. It makes my eye twitch. I can't do it.
No, it is... They're expensive. Looking just over the edge there, which we just did, that's the Queen's Room below us, which is where you can get one of the afternoon teas.
And the dancing.
And yeah, if you're...
aerobics.
I'll come back to it in a second. Yeah, all the aerobics, because we're about to see the Kate Winslet style necklace.
It's tanzanite, isn't it? It's not a sapphire.
It's a tanzanite heart, which you can see right at the top of there.
I thought it was big. I remember it being bigger.
No, it was bigger. I'm further away. It's perspective.
I guess.
When you were stood close, it was bigger.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking about Kate's one. That is bigger.
That one's definitely bigger. But that one's in a movie. Mm-hmm. So just going back to the Queen's Room below, you've got music going on in there and singing.
You had the aerobics, like keep
You
fit
have
classes.
the aerobics one, including some chair aerobics, which we thought, oh, that looks easy, and then saw people get off it.
No, because my nana does it.
Oh my God, that looked so hard.
Oh, here we go. We're in the gallery.
Just go back to the Queen's Club a second whilst we walk through the gallery. Queen's Room, rather, thank you. The people on there that we saw ballroom dancing.
They were great.
They were next level. We really wanted to have a go, but I also were very aware that I have 2 left feet, and they were appearing to be semi-professional. And
they were used the
I
whole
imagined
space.
I would just get booed off the dance floor.
They used the whole space. They
do.
I
imagined that they would have just knocked me out with a swinging arm as I'm sort of clumbering around.
Yeah. No, there was, again, some of the shops are very traditional.
Yeah.
It just came to me then what those chairs are called, and now it's gone.
Oh, tough. Going back to the traditional shops, as I said, some very sort of modern ones, and then a bookshop. And I don't remember, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember seeing another bookshop on another cruise line.
No, because the library was massive as well, wasn't
So you got
it?
the library's 2 floors high, which we're going to see in a second.
Now, this is a nice little bar here, isn't it? They had quite a hefty drinks menu, as I remember.
Yeah, it's the gin bar. And it wasn't so much a menu as a catalogue of alcohol.
And a lot of the drinks were covered by the drinks package. Well done, Cunard. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I think is it called gin and fizz? It says midship bar on there, but on the menu it just says something different. I'm fairly sure it was gin and fizz.
And again, you get the little nibbles.
You do?
Love the nibbles.
The vast majority of the menu was within the drinks package pricing.
Loved that.
which is fantastic.
No Chumbawamba drinks package on here.
What's a Chumbawamba drinks package, Linz?
A Chumbawamba drinks package is it a whiskey drink, a lager drink, a cider drink, and a vodka drink, and that's it within a 15-minute apart window.
Yeah, no, none of that. It just worked. The photography area. So this is where we went and spent some of our hard-earned money on a single picture.
We loved it though.
It is a fantastic picture, and it's set on our fireplace.
Yeah, and it's mainly because the sea got a bit bouncy and I nearly fell over. So
You grabbed my tie as we were doing it, and it looks like it's staged for that, whereas it's actually you just try to stop yourself falling over. But it is a great picture.
Thanks.
As we're laughing through it.
Thank you.
They've got a little studio on here, like a lot of other ones do as well.
Yeah, where you can have a little professional photo session.
Have you ever really wanted to do that?
No, because they make you take your shoes off.
You'll look shorter then. You'll hate
I'll
that.
look like a hobbit.
You won't better go on your tiptoes like you normally do on a picture.
No.
I've never really fancied doing it.
You know, some people have them done and they look great. They have like black and white moody shots and everything.
Yeah, I'm never a massive fan of sort of going and getting my picture taken anyway, let alone...
This is why you always take my picture.
It's why, most often, you appear on camera as opposed to me.
Because you want to take a memento of the said trip.
Yes.
I'm having some more wine. Do you want some more wine?
Yeah, we can get some more wine. If you can keep people entertained while looking
where are we
at the
now?
menu.
We're looking at the menus for the main dining room.
We are.
Now we got
Britannia room.
Yes. Now we got a later dinner slot, didn't we? But we could go from 7:45 any time on from 7:45 onwards.
Yeah, we could.
But we had to queue.
Here you go, Linz.
Thank you, darling. Cheers. We had to queue.
Well, you said queue. We were
Yeah,
maybe
we
a
were
minute.
like, yeah. But it gave you time to digest the menu before you got in there. Cause
It did. We were talking about what we fancied.
Everybody else was talking. And you kind of had an idea of what you wanted before you got in, which, you know.
It was nice to have a very traditional main dining room, which I thought the service throughout was really good.
The food was amazing.
The food was really, really good. Right. If I'm looking at sort of main dining room quality food, I would say it's right up there with any other cruise ship we've been on.
I would say it was really up there. I think say it's up there with Celebrity.
Would you?
Yeah.
Above Princess?
Yes.
Yeah, I probably would as well.
Yeah, because the courses weren't huge.
They weren't thrown at you.
They weren't thrown at you.
Which a lot of main dining rooms, they try and get you in and out as quickly as possible.
No, but maybe because we were going in later.
Possibly, maybe if we were in earlier, they would have wanted us out. But it never felt rushed in any way.
No.
It's very grand.
You felt like you were in a restaurant.
Yeah, and a really good restaurant. It felt like you were in the Ivy or the Savoy or something of that traditional... The service was amazing, yeah. And yeah, like you said, the service was absolutely fantastic. And they'd come back and check on you. My only criticism of that particular restaurant...
And they checked how you wanted your meat done as well.
They did, which most restaurants
should
do.
That, but it came out
as a minimal requirement of
how would you like it came out how you wanted it to.
It did. It was well cooked.
And it was hot.
Yeah. Which, again, I have a minimum requirement of the food being cooked how I would like it and it being at least warm.
No, I want it like it's just come out of the oven, which it was.
Yeah, which it did. It didn't feel like it'd been sat around for ages.
Even though they were bringing everyone's up at the same time.
No, I'll come back to the restaurant in a second. This is the Britannia Club one.
Oh, so if you can pay a little supplement.
Pay a little supplement.
I say a little.
It's quite a lot. On our particular cruise, I think it was going to be about another £800 for the two of us. So it would nearly double the fare at that point.
But you get a slightly more upscale menu, don't you?
You do. I don't
but
think
not
we
Princess
would have got a much
Grill or
better room.
Queen's Grill.
No, it's nowhere near that. But you're on private dining room, separate to the Britannia. Just going back to the Britannia, my only comment negative to it was if you were on the lower part of it, right at the rear, the vibration was insane.
It was.
I mean,
it was.
We're not
that
talking
lunch that time.
And it wasn't that we were going through rough seas or anything. Apparently, it's like that in that particular spot all the time. So right at the back.
So you got a great view of the wake.
Fantastic.
But you've got to wear a good bra when you sit there.
Well, it felt like you were sat on a wooden roller coaster the entire way.
It was very jiggly.
You're watching your wine or your drink bouncing up and down.
Oh my God, it was nice though. But I mean,
that's my only criticism.
Can I just say something very quickly? As you've been walking about, we've seen a lot of people walking towards you. I don't know it's given the reflection of the ages that were in here. You might have an opinion of what age group demographic are in there. It was vast. It was vast.
Again, going back to preconceptions, I assumed that the majority of people on the cruise
Have an
ship
oxygen tank.
I'm going to be so blunt, but I assumed that the majority were going to be older. The reality was there were people over there from 20 to upwards.
Yeah. All different types of people
really
loved
wide
it.
range.
Now, we've just gone past the cafe. We loved that for Wordle, didn't
Cafe
we?
Corinthia.
Yeah, it was covered again with your drinks package.
It was really nice coffees. Like, really good coffees.
Those teas you had were super fancy.
Well, the teas were really nice, but they also do a really nice iced tea.
Yeah, which
they come and there's like this little performance where they pour it.
We went really there to do our Wordle. The internet was good.
The internet was usable. Let's not go over the top. Internet's never great at sea.
It was Wordly.
It was enough that I could pull up the Wordle website from that particular spot. One of the bits that I really did like as we were walking around, they have these little sort of museum gallery pieces just sort of scattered around down here.
Like heritage, like little, like, what am I saying?
Heritage museum type pieces.
Yeah, just to give you a flavour of how it used to be.
Yeah, I mean, this is direct opposite the port shop. The port shop's old.
They were quite pricey in there, though. I was going to go get a notepad, wasn't I, with Cunard on the front, and it was $30.
It was, which I thought were a little bit topside for that.
Me too.
But going back to these little sort of museum windows, I think there's 3 of them. That's right. Just some really, they're one of these things you can walk past and never notice. But as you walk past them, if you are on there, do take a look. They're really interesting.
They are.
Queen's room.
Queen's room, downstairs. Again, this is where you go for afternoon tea, for the included afternoon tea. You can get some bubbles with that, like Prosecco, a glass
included
of champagne.
On the drinks package.
As long as it's in the class of Her Majesty.
Yeah. Hello, Lizzie.
Lilibet. And yeah, it was.
I would recommend for anyone who's planning on going to the afternoon tea, get there about 10 minutes before. Was it 3 o'clock it was served?
Yes. So and they had the parade and everything.
Yeah. About
1:45 we got there.
Yeah, we did. About 2 minutes before it was due, it was full.
Yeah.
It went from being we could walk in and sit where we wanted
to like heaving.
To it being no space in there and you're sitting in the overflow area. But when the waiters come out to do the parade at the start of the afternoon tea and the big ceremony and everyone's clapping as they're going through, they walk through the middle bit. So you can sit at that far side where we're facing there, but I would say get there 15 minutes before and just sit down and chill and get ready for it. It's a much better experience sat in that middle bit.
And also sort of planning some time just to sort of, because you do end up eating more than you expect to do because of the little sandwiches and the desserts and things.
Yeah.
The little cakes. Yeah, just have a little nap afterwards. Plan some nap time. Don't think, I'll go to the quiz after this. Nap time.
Nap time after an afternoon tea of champagne and cakes.
Yes.
Golden Lion.
Oh, this was the pub.
Yeah. A very traditional style British pub, because the reality is
there's not that many screens and a bar, like a performance area.
No, and you don't get many pubs that are like that now. But the theming is of there. But it had some really nice lunches in there.
What did you have? Was it the fish and chips?
I think I did have fish and chips. I had a burger. I had fish and chips on separate days.
Did I have the fish and chips? I know one day that we'd been on the port.
You had the steak and kidney pudding that wasn't a pudding.
It was a pie.
It was.
But we also, when the day that we'd been to port, we went here for lunch afterwards.
We did.
Because we'd had the seafood and the oysters, and I added a dessert for lunch.
You did, and I had a burger.
I had a sticky toffee pudding.
You did.
And I like a dessert for lunch.
You have a sticky toffee pudding problem. Anyone who's watched more than one of our videos will know that you have a sticky toffee pudding problem.
I mean, my name is Linzi and I have a sticky toffee pudding problem.
The casino area, we actually never played when we went on there.
No, we didn't actually, no.
We're not massive casino people.
We only win when we end up there accidentally and not planning to go.
Yeah, anytime we've planned on going into a casino, we've always lost.
We always lose.
If we've just happened to be in there and gone,
because normally, because I need the bathroom.
Yeah, and we'll then have a go, and then we've generally won. And then we get out as quick as humanly possible before we lose it all again because we don't know what we're doing. This is that spot that I mentioned earlier on.
For taking the
picture.
Photos.
Fantastic spot.
Yeah, it's lovely.
You don't have to use the professional one. You can take one yourself, a selfie there, but it was nice, the one we got.
Yeah, it was. It was lovely. It was lovely.
The casino is very small.
Very small.
Very small. And directly opposite the pub, so it's not in a sort of its own unique area.
No.
It seems, I guess, if you look at it with some of the other
People
sort
like
of
to
modern
play,
cruise ships,
though.
they like to play, but it seems increasingly the cruise ships are going casinos smaller spaces. You look at Virgin's Valiant Lady; it's quite a small
I
casino.
think it depends where it's coming out of.
Yeah, but that's predominantly US, and if you look at things like Royal Caribbean and stuff, the casinos are huge on them. No, they essentially have half a deck.
Well, yeah.
But it seems like half a deck.
It's quite a wider space, isn't it? But again, we like it when we just happen to come across the casino rather than we plan to go to the casino.
Any planned casino visit.
And that's not in a space where you can happen to come across the casino.
No, I guess that when we got the photo done, we could have fallen into casino because you nearly did Which Way You Grab My Time.
But I didn't need the ladies.
No, so it would have never happened. So we wandered back down towards the Cafe Corinthia, I think it was called.
Yes, like a Cathy Baccio on Celebrity or something like that.
Yeah, it's that sort of mid-shape, mid-deck.
And if you've got the drinks
cafe
package, you can sit there
as long as you want,
and order your drinks and people watch and play Wordle or just read a book, and you're not going to get moved on.
No, and it was really good.
The drinks were amazing. And the little pastries in the morning for breakfast.
Yeah, that's a decent tip, actually. Because they don't advertise
did I have one?
Yeah, top tip. Linzi's top tip. Library is that you can actually go in there for breakfast. They have little pastries. And at different times of the day, at lunch, they have little lunches.
Little lunches at lunchtime.
Little lunch at lunchtime. Little afternoon puddings later on. But I didn't ever see it advertised as that.
No,
You just have to know. So, top tip, Linz, well done. Thanks. Library. Apparently one of the biggest libraries at sea.
Yeah, and they had computers to do the internet if you didn't have the internet package.
Computers to do the internet? They did have computers
no more wine left.
Can access the internet, as you are seeing there. So if you didn't bring your own device and you needed to get access.
Computers.
Computers. There were a lot of people using them. I was surprised at that. You just assume these days that most people have a phone or something, they'll just use that. But the libraries were really popular.
Where are we now?
We're on the deck just near the Verandah Restaurant.
Oh, above the Verandah Restaurant.
Yeah. So you're going back up to the
chairs! I take it.
They're mocking you.
Coaster, no.
Nope. You got the game room, which was basically
card room.
Card room.
People were playing Scrabble in there, though, weren't they?
They were, but they were predominantly playing bridge. And given that I've never learned how to play bridge,
to say coaster chairs.
do we feel that we should learn to play bridge now? Are we at sort of the time of our lives that we need to learn to play bridge?
Do you want me to learn to play bridge?
I don't know.
I struggle with pontoon.
You do struggle with pontoon. Maybe we don't do bridge. You mean blackjack?
Yes. I'm too busy thinking about those chairs.
Forget about the chairs. So,
I'm honestly thinking about going to check, like, Googling what the chairs
well,
are
you can't do it right now. So we're at the latter end of our thing. You got the Verandah Restaurant just behind there.
Restaurant.
We love the Verandah Restaurant. The service was fantastic. The food was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an upcharge.
There is an upcharge, but you feel you're getting value for money.
Yeah, because I don't always feel that with all of the sort of upcharge restaurants. You like, especially when the Britannia was that good.
What is that restaurant on P&O? Beach
Club.
Ugh.
Yeah. So compared to that, well, you're not even going to compare. This is more like Chops or Crown Grill or something like that, or Lord Caribbean or Princess.
And the service was amazing.
Everything about it.
We were family by the end of the trip because of how we basically.
Yeah,
how many times we went.
We were on a 7-night cruise. We went in here 3 times.
Not because we planned to.
No, but it was so good that you just, and the menu was so extensive. First time didn't count for me because I literally didn't eat anything. Second time I ate plenty, and third time I ate plenty. But it just such a fantastic venue to eat in. I honestly would recommend anyone to pay the upcharge to eat in there once. Which I wouldn't say that
No, I know
on
you
a
won't,
lot
because
of cruises.
you're from Yorkshire and
I
you
am.
know how much a pound's worth.
You've already paid a load of money for your cruise, and I get the bit of why should I pay any more for going to another restaurant. That particular one, seriously, pay it. It's worth experiencing at least once.
And I'm sure if it wasn't, they would sort it out for you.
I'm absolutely positive they would. Well, we're getting towards the end of our tour. As
still
epic as it's been.
I still can't remember what them chairs
People
are
are going to
called.
put it in the comments below. You don't need to worry, Linz. So on the lower ground now.
Oh, this is where.
This is where you get onto the cruise
Customer
ship.
services.
You've got customer service down here, and you've got the tour desk. So this is where if you want to book any excursions, you can come here. If you've got any
we
issues
booked it
with them.
online though, didn't we?
We booked online before we went on. And then you can see sort of the pre-cruise.
Somebody was booking a
cruise.
£70,000 cruise.
Well, we overheard them. Not on that particular bit. It wasn't
it's
that
70
couple there.
nights. Either way, it was
very expensive. Telling you all about the ship. So it's where you get on. You've got the next future cruise booking, which you have to make an appointment, so you couldn't just turn up.
No.
You have to ring up and make an appointment.
You couldn't even put your name on the little list.
No, there were no little list. And then through to that piano there plays itself.
And then it lets a person play it.
And then occasionally a person comes and sits there. But it always seems a bit wasted when there's a person there because there's no bar around it. The bars are above.
But it's nice though.
But you always feel kind of sorry for the person sat there by themselves playing it.
No, it was nice.
But it's lovely.
Because a lot of people take pictures when it's at the bottom of those stairs as well.
They do. And that's it, Linz. We're wrapping up.
We can't wait to book
Queen Anne. We do really recommend it. And we hope you've enjoyed that tour. We've enjoyed chatting about it.
I'm annoyed at myself that I can't remember what them chairs are called.
Don't worry about it.
Well,
thanks for watching, everyone, if you're still with us at this point.
Thank you for watching and have a lovely day.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.